Scoop Jardine back with the Orange. The Orange were playing with 6 scholarship players at DePaul. They won. They now have 7 scholarship players, and early on, Nova came out flying. Drummond with the jam. Nova was up by 11. More Villanova. They made 10 of their first 11 shots, thanks in part to the high percentage by Dante Cunningham. It's a 10-point game. But, Coach, back comes the Cuse.
And we watched this game as we had to, obviously, so you could writhe and squirm and be all nervous. But the fact of the matter is, this is what Jim Boeheim's genius is. They just keep doing what they do. They have great faith in it. Look at the shot selection here. They're in the lane. I think one of the reasons they played kind of passively in the first half is to avoid foul trouble. You talked about the short roster, and Villanova came out on fire. I believe it was 11 in their first 12, and yet Syracuse was still in hang-around mode, and then Syracuse took it up a notch. Look at that shooting percentage. Almost 63% for the Cuse. Did it only with 5 3-point shots. Got to the line. Really just a tremendously impressive win. And how about Villanova in a bit of a free fall now? 3-6 in the Big East.
Lost 4 consecutive games, Coach. Syracuse gets the all-important 6th win, which in the Big East jumps you from 8th place to 3rd place with 1 win. John Sanders, Len Elmore called the game in Philadelphia. We go there now for a post-game extra.
Well, interesting game is Syracuse had already lost to Villanova at home, so they really knew coming into this game they wanted to get redemption, and Paul Harris took over early in the game.
Oh, he certainly did. Paul Harris playing with tremendous energy, utilizing his strength, which happens to be strength, quickness, explosiveness, and just able to get the ball in some mismatches. And for today, whether it was a big guy or a backcourt player, they were mismatches. And talk about the athleticism, the tenacity of Paul Harris. He just out-quicked, outworked everybody and really gave Syracuse a lift, along with his 2 freshman partners, Dante Green and Johnny Flynn. They got the job done for Syracuse.
When you talk about what this means in a very tough conference, the Big East, it is now the 3rd consecutive win for Syracuse, the 4th straight loss for Villanova, and you cannot afford to lose at home.
No, you can't. And Syracuse did lose at home to Villanova. They've evened that out now. And again, this is a big win, a nice cushion for them, because 3 of the next 5 games for Syracuse on the road, and we know how tough it is to win on the road in the Big East, and the 2 home games against UConn and Georgetown. So this should give them a lot of confidence going in. And as for Villanova, they are really struggling right now. They're scuffling. Their defense has totally let them down. A lot of it has to do with the youth on the floor at given times for Jay Wright. But if they can't stop anybody, they're just going to continue to plummet.
Giving up a lot of points does this team, but Syracuse steals a big one in the Big East on the road.